Welcome back, guys. Today we're headed to the Hard Knox Hare Scramble in Granville, Massachusetts. As soon as we can get out from behind this freaking trailer driving me crazy. I'm trying to get to a race. You know, I say I'm trying to get to a race, but I almost didn't do this one. I was not feeling it, guys. Not at all. But this guy says...
Yep, nice.
All right, yep, a nice little bad judgment, and I'm off doing a race. I got no business being here, guys. None.
Do you notice if you don't let it warm up enough, it bogs off the start? Because I think what I've read, but I don't read very well, so what you do is you start it and just hit it.
Come on, buddy. There's a kill switch. Use it.
Rich is ready to go. I haven't prepared anything at all. I haven't done any exercise. My resting heart rate is 130 beats per minute. I need to go home immediately. I mean, you can see maybe showing a little reluctance off the start. Not even convinced I should be here, but check it out. 5 seconds later, what are we doing? All nose to tail, doing nothing. Yeah, I mean, it's okay to be kind of cavalier about it, although looking back, I mean, imagine if you were ahead of all this traffic, if you had just nailed the start and you were not behind all of this. It'd probably help your race time quite a bit. One of the things I totally missed throughout this race, and I'm really seeing watching it back, is trails like that to the left. Just trails I never saw. You don't have to go right down the middle and get stuck like I do. Guys, 3 minutes into the race and already disaster. I mean, what is happening? I would say that was a complete disaster, but the complete disaster comes when I hit that same section on the second lap. Anyway, back into the woods. As you could see, pretty wet, a lot of mud, and man, it was just difficult. There was a little bit of grass track here and there, which I guess was fine, but man, it was tough in the woods. Really took the energy out of me early, and I didn't have much to begin with. This guy right in front of me, Chad Carr, he's in C250, and at the end of the day, he's going to finish 30 minutes in front of me. So this is a guy that I should be following and paying attention to. And I mean, I guess, like, it's not easy for anyone, but we're going to see Chad later, totally schooling me. That guy is fast. Up on another pretty muddy section here, and I'm going to pass a guy who, again, this guy right here on the left, he finished like 30 minutes, 25 minutes in front of me. I think that's because I had a complete meltdown on lap 3, but we'll talk about that later. I said a little bit earlier that I was learning, watching this back, some of the vet moves. Like there's actually a line off to the right there, which I see on the video, but in real life, of course, I did this. See that guy right there? That's that guy, Chad. So he's blasting away. I'm stuck on the main trail. He took that little workaround. So I got to keep an eye out for those. It would save me a lot of energy and maybe a little bit of time. Probably both. I know the trail caught a lot of people out, guys who were a lot better than I am. There's an example of that up here. I'm cruising along and I come across this guy. He's got himself all crossed up. That's actually Mahali Ajax. Don't know about the pronunciation. But that guy finished 30 places, more or less, in front of me. And he's having a tough time. So you can bet I'm having a tough time. I'm actually doing a pretty good job keeping up with that guy, which is great. I'm kind of surprised by that, and I slammed the door on him there. That's great. But hey, it is racing. It is a race. I am trying to beat him at the end of the day. I didn't, but I'm trying. Just around the corner here is one of the obstacles that I think caught a lot of people out and caught me out twice. I'll just step aside and you can watch it happen. For God's sakes, it's like watching a hard enduro. It's a hair scramble. By the way, look off in the distance, all those guys who went around the left. I totally went way around it. I gotta do that. I have to pay attention. Get smart. Ooh. Our choice now. Guys, the wheels are coming off. That guy, I think, had his handlebars wedged into a tree, and then up here there's a sweet rider talking trash to some guy who's trying to get his bike out. What is happening? Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like a big boy. I feel like a little school kid stuck in terrain where I just don't belong. Take a quick sweep of the watch here, and I've been out here for 26 minutes. Oh my God. Alright, so it was bad enough that I had to stop and try to recover just to get back to some kind of steady state that I could maintain. I sort of did that, and then I got a nice little surprise. Now this is some pretty rare race footage. I know Rich is going to be psyched to see this. Let's see what he can put together. He, let's see, bounces through some nasty technical stuff. He's stalking that guy in front of him. Looks like he's closing the gap. Gotta turn to the left coming up here. What does he do? Inside? Outside. Inside? Outside. Outside. Around the outside. There he goes. Ladies and gentlemen, that story is going to have a happy ending. So I'm on a ride to survive, but you know, it is a race. I'm doing the best I can. It's a 7.5 mile loop, the trail boss said. Come around the corner here, and they do have mile markers, so there's 6.0. So almost to the finish line. Let's see if there's some racing between here and the end of the lap. Alright, so I survived that. Off to the left, that's where we started. This is the short chute into the end of the lap. Alright, I get blasted by this guy, and then I get stuffed by this guy. 3 things I want you to see. Number 1, that guy's number. He is in my class. He also caused me to stall by stuffing me. Actually, it's probably my fault. Number 2, that's Brian Dussault. He's going to go on to win the championship. And number 3, I'm in 5th place and I'm 3 seconds behind 4th place. That means that guy right there is 4th place. And that also means I've never been 5th place in any dirt bike race in my entire life, so I'm guessing that there are probably 5 guys in my class today. Remember on that first lap, I pointed out a line to the left, and this time around it's going to be even harder to miss because there's going to be a guy standing there pointing me to go left. Do I go left? No, I don't go left, I go right. I go right into this mud bog. I get sprayed by this guy. How do I miss that? Look at the guy pointing, go left, go left. And guess what? Not only did I miss it, but I pay a terrible price for missing it. I get roosted. That guy right there in the orange, that's 4th place. So this is me passing. I'm now in 4th place on the track. And all I have to do is not this. Watching it back, of course, I'm completely crushed by that, but at the time I had no idea what place I was in because I couldn't read that place board quickly enough, and I had no idea how close I was to 4th and whatever. So I didn't know that actually that guy in the orange right there, he's back, and I'm racing that guy for 4th place. I don't even know it. Now you see he gives the pass sign right there, pass me to the left, but that has nothing to do with me. That has to do with this guy right here. Anyway, so back to my race with this guy, which I now find quite entertaining. At the time, I'm sure I was trying to pass the guy, but I had no idea. That guy's like 1 step away from the podium. I feel shame. But guys, it was legitimately, this is difficult. Please have mercy. Could it be any worse? I flopped over in the mud, got pulled out by a sweep rider, I ran into a tree. My race is well and truly over, is it not? Guys, it is not. There he is, in the orange. Cue the music. Alright, here it comes. Here's the pass. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna... Oh, come on. What? Unbelievably frustrating. They're just out of reach. And if he was out of reach before, guys, I mean, just watch this nonsense. Now it is well and truly over. I don't really understand how this happened. I guess it's just the clutch got away from me right about here. Glad that I did not launch that bike onto that racer. That was Rafaela. By the way, 4.5 miles into the loop, only 3 miles to go. What's the worst that could happen?
serve you right to suffer, serve you right to be alone, serve you right to suffer, serve you right to be alone.
So you could probably tell that I'm really struggling with fitness and skill. Look at that guy's bike. It's spraying radiator steam all over the place. His day's got to be worse than mine. This really was a tough one. And I came around. I know I'm in 5th place because I did see that board. That did keep me going through a lot of this tough stuff. This is the 2nd lap. I did 3. The 3rd lap, I was obviously even more exhausted than I was for this. And I got stuck up to the axle in one of these mud pits. And I was there, well, if you include the time I spent crying, it probably added at least 7 minutes to my lap time. That was brutal. There goes Tori passing me and off to, I think, a finish in the top 30. Really phenomenal. You see the crowd, that means I'm getting to the end of the lap. This climb here, there were a lot of people, but it actually wasn't really that hard. There's this little motocrossy part, then you go back into the start house. Now the start house, the scoring house. So there's Brian Dussault giving me the white flag. I have one more lap to do, and I'll see this board right here. I'm in 6th place, a minute behind 5th place. Holy graham crackers, that guy is flying. I hope one day I could do one lap like that. That would be incredible. Sadly, the GoPro battery gives up somewhere in this 3rd lap here, pretty early on. You don't get to see me digging my bike out of the mud. Oh, it was so painful. On the plus side, you don't have to see me crying, which is probably better for everybody. Incredibly, I finished in the top 5, probably because there were only 7 guys in my race, and I beat that guy in the orange. Unbelievable. My buddy Rich Kello broke his foot in the race and still finished 2nd. That is incredible. Here's what he had to say about it.
Look at here. Yeah, my foot definitely hurts a lot. Alright, there's also something I wanted to show you.
Well, guys, I really don't know what to expect from today. I'm not really feeling it. I decided to take the advice of my wife, who said, go race. So we're going out to... Well, guys, that was a race I almost didn't enter. Thanks to the support and good advice of my wife, I got out there, got my best finish of the year, and got some fantastic footage of Rich putting it on the podium. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Guys, stay safe. Thanks for watching. See you for the next one.